What if I told you that a country could win a trade war without firing a single shot, simply by playing smarter, not harder? Trade wars might sound like a battlefield of tariffs and economic retaliation, but behind the scenes, it's a high-stakes game of strategy, leverage, and timing. Stick around, because today we're breaking down the clever strategies countries use to outsmart their rivals and come out on top in this silent economic warfare. Today we will talk about strategies to win in a trade war, how nations outsmart each other without going to war. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel. Diversify trade partnerships. Never rely on just one. One of the most powerful ways to survive and even win a trade war is by diversifying who you do business with. If a country puts all its eggs in one basket, and that basket suddenly imposes tariffs or cuts ties, the economy can suffer. Smart nations prepare by building relationships with multiple trade partners. When one door closes, another opens, keeping supply chains running and markets flowing. This strategy spreads risk across a variety of international partners, ensuring that the country's economy isn't tied to the fate of a single nation or region. Diversification also creates new opportunities for innovation and expansion in untapped markets. Strengthen domestic industries, become less dependent. A key strategy is to develop self-reliance. During trade war, imported goods may become expensive or restricted. To fight back, countries often invest in their own industries, from manufacturing and agriculture to energy and tech. This creates jobs, boosts local production, and reduces the need to import critical goods. The stronger your homegrown economy, the less impact a trade war will have. Additionally, fostering local industries encourages innovation and promotes a competitive domestic market. This shift towards self-sufficiency also strengthens national security by reducing reliance on foreign nations for essential goods. Target strategically. Hit where it hurts most. Trade wars are not about random tariffs. Smart countries choose targets carefully. They go after industries or regions that hold political weight, like imposing tariffs on goods from a swing state before an election. This creates pressure from within the rival country's own population, forcing their leaders to negotiate or compromise. It's not just about money, it's about leverage. Effective targeting can escalate the pressure on the opponent, forcing them to reconsider their approach before the situation becomes untenable. The aim is to create enough of a disruption to make them willing to negotiate terms more favorable to you. Innovate faster, turn conflict into opportunity. Trade wars can limit access to certain technologies or products, but this often sparks innovation. A country might lose access to high-end chips or machinery, but in response, it begins building its own versions. The pressure of losing trade forces local companies to develop faster, leaner, and better products. In the long run, this can make the country stronger and more competitive on the global stage. Innovation becomes not just a necessity, but an opportunity to leapfrog ahead of competitors, creating products that might not have been possible without the constraints imposed by trade restrictions. Use currency as a weapon, the silent equalizer. Exchange rates can be a powerful tool. By devaluing their currency, a country can make its exports cheaper and more attractive to global buyers, even in the face of tariffs. On the flip side, a stronger currency can help a country import goods more cheaply. Managing the currency is like adjusting the battlefield terrain. It can tilt the outcome without anyone noticing at first. Currency manipulation can be subtle yet incredibly effective, affecting global trade dynamics and shifting the balance of power. A strategic approach to currency can significantly alter the competitive landscape. Stockpile critical resources. Be prepared before the storm. Before trade tensions escalate, savvy governments quietly build stockpiles of critical materials, like oil, metals, medicines, or food staples. These reserves act like an economic shield during turbulent times. While other countries scramble to meet demand or suffer shortages, the well-prepared nation rides out the storm with stability and strength. Stockpiling not only secures a country's resources, but also allows it to use those reserves to negotiate better terms of trade conflict. This foresight can prevent panic buying, inflation, and other disruptions during a trade war. Leverage global alliances. Don't fight alone. No country wants to be isolated during a trade war. Strategic alliances, whether economic or political, can amplify a country's power. Think of trade blocs like the EU or USMCA, where countries unite to support each other, negotiate together, and resist pressure as a team. Alone you may be vulnerable, but together, you're much harder to defeat. International cooperation allows countries to present a united front, boosting collective bargaining power and minimizing the chances of being taken advantage of. In many cases, these alliances can help prevent trade wars from escalating into full-blown conflicts. Play the long game. Patience can be a weapon. Trade wars aren't won overnight. Smart countries know that patience is part of the strategy. While one nation reacts impulsively with aggressive tariffs, another might calmly wait, absorbing short-term pain for long-term gain. When the smoke clears, the more stable, forward-thinking economy often emerges in a stronger position. This long-term perspective involves making calculated sacrifices today to ensure greater benefits in the future. Countries that can endure the initial strain and maintain their course are often the ones that dominate the global economy when the dust settles. They understand that the key to winning a trade war is not just surviving it, but coming out of it more resilient and strategically positioned for the next challenge. Endurance and strategic foresight often outmatch rash decisions and short-term wins. Patience allows time to build alliances, diversify markets, and innovate internally. In the grand game of global trade, it's the steady players, not the loudest, who often claim the ultimate victory. Win the narrative. Control the public perception. Winning a trade war isn't just about economics, it's also about messaging. Governments use media, speeches, and public campaigns to control the narrative. They frame their actions as patriotic, necessary, or protective. If they can maintain public support at home while making the opponent look like the aggressor internationally, they gain a psychological edge. By crafting a compelling narrative, countries can turn the tide of public opinion, both domestically and abroad, ensuring their actions are seen in the best light. The media becomes a critical tool in shaping how a trade war is perceived by both the public and other governments. Effective messaging can even sway neutral parties, rallying them to support one side or create global pressure on the opponent. In the end, controlling the narrative is often as powerful as controlling the market. A well-crafted message can boost national morale and foster a sense of unity during tough economic times. It can also distract from domestic issues by channeling public focus toward a common external challenge. Ultimately, perception shapes reality, especially in global politics, where image can drive alliances just as much as policy. Know when to de-escalate, don't fight just to win. Perhaps the smartest move of all is knowing when to back down. If a trade war starts doing more harm than good, a wise leader will pivot toward negotiation and compromise. Real strength lies in knowing when to press forward and when to make peace. Sometimes avoiding collapse is a bigger victory than scoring points. Trade wars are about striking a balance between power and diplomacy. By de-escalating when necessary, a country can preserve its resources and maintain valuable relationships for future collaboration. In the long term, these diplomatic efforts can lay the groundwork for more sustainable and mutually beneficial partnerships. Understanding the right moment to step back can also solidify a nation's position as a responsible global player. Such strategic restraint not only minimizes economic fallout, but also earns international respect. After all, lasting influence is often built not through confrontation, but through collaboration and foresight. Trade wars may be complex, but with the right strategy, a country can not only survive, it can come out stronger than before. So the next time you hear about tariffs, sanctions, or economic retaliation, remember, it's not just about what's happening, but how nations are playing the game. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.